Hi, everyone. First Alert Meteorologist Scott Gagliardi here with your First Alert Weather Extra on this Wednesday morning. Certainly a cool start to the day if you had uh, maybe your first day of school, which is excellent, or you know somebody who did and you were maybe bringing your kid to the bus stop. It was certainly cooler out this morning. We had plenty of 50s, but even a few 40s. And if you don't love the cooler weather, well, tomorrow's even colder. Yeah, we're looking at a chilly start to the day. Lots of 40s expected for your Thursday, so we need that jacket for sure. By Friday, though, our temperatures will moderate a bit, which is some good news there if you're not looking for this, we'll call it preseason fall-like chill. We're technically still in summer, so yeah, we shouldn't be seeing temperatures this cool. The average low is about 60 this time of year. Almost everybody fell short of that. As far as what it looks like outside right now, Old Saybrook, a nice shot here. We're looking out towards the east. You see some people on the dock there by the marina. If you look close, the flag is blowing around a little bit. There's a light breeze that we have out there across the state. Here's Torrington. We're still looking at Perry here. He's been with us for a couple hours, just keeping an eye on things across Torrington. There has been cooler temperatures up towards the north and west. Lots of 40s out there. Hanging out. Check this out. A pretty shot. Windsor Locks. You see that plane taking off there, hopefully going somewhere warm, because in Windsor Locks, 60 degrees. Yeah, it's technically average, but we were cooler than that this morning, and it's, at the end of the day, not quite warm. The sun has come up, so we'll start to see improving conditions over the next few hours now. But here's your temperature map across the state. Notice still plenty of 50s, but they're now in the upper 50s, not those lower 50s we were seeing just an hour or two ago. 62 in Meriden, 64 in Chester, now up to 60 in Groton, 66 the mild spot in New Haven, 59 still in Danbury. Your hour-by-hour forecast, notice how quickly we climb out of the 60s over the next couple of hours, and then by noon, 70 or better for most of us. Some of the hill towns, especially to the north and west, you might stay held back in the upper 60s today, which is certainly below average, and it is for everybody. We should be closer to 80, not these low and middle 70s. First Alert Live radar scans the state dry within our borders. There's a chance that we could see an isolated shower. Better chance comes in later on this afternoon, but only a town or two sees them. Notice to the north of Connecticut, through parts of Massachusetts, say just to the north and west of Springfield, some showers out there. So if your plans take you to the north, you might see a few of those showers earlier in the day, but if you're noticing, say, just to the north and to the west of New Britain, maybe Burlington, Unionville area, New Hartford, maybe a quick sprinkle this morning, but these are barely drops in the bucket, not even enough to even turn on your windshield wipers. We really need rain here. We're just not going to get much. Later on today, maybe a couple showers, but they're really few and far between. Maybe you're heading to the beach, trying to get the last few days of summer in. Well, it's decent. It looks okay. We've certainly had better and warmer beach days because 70s, yeah, it's still quite chilly out there. UV index of a 7, so still use the sunscreen, apply it often. Water temperature in the low to nearly mid-70s, which is in some cases towards Mystic. Yeah, it's cooler. Only 74 degrees with a water temperature of 70. So something to be mindful of. If you're looking for high tide, that's early to mid-afternoon. Our dew point trend, so remember this measures the moisture out there and in most cases the comfort level. And as much as it even stays within the pleasant category on Friday, we're not talking about any type of mugginess or humidity, oppressive humidity, nothing like that. But it's also a good indicator, this dew point trend, of our maybe shower chances, because there's another one coming in on Friday. We'll show it on First Alert Futurecast. Today, here's this afternoon. Notice more of the showers are farther towards the north of Connecticut, Massachusetts. But we can't rule out a couple here locally. Really not a big deal. Tomorrow, you're waking up to a mix of sun and clouds, keeping that trend throughout the day. But tomorrow's a dry day. And then Friday, that cold front begins to make a closer approach towards Connecticut. So we get a somewhat of a push of more milder air, more so noticeable in the overnight hours. Our low temperatures fall back only into the 50s to near 60 Thursday night and Friday. So that'll be a mild one, especially compared to where things will be tomorrow. And then beyond this, we'll take a closer look so you can see exactly where these showers look to pop up on Friday. So This is just one computer model run. The last several have put more showers in the morning hours, so we're going to wait to see if this becomes a trend. But either way, the chance exists as this cold front comes through late morning and early to mid-afternoon for a few isolated showers across the state. But once again, not everybody gets wet. As much as we could really use this rain, the deficits are certainly climbing. We're just not going to see it on Friday. Either way, behind the cold front for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I mean, we're talking beautiful weather and moderating temperatures. Let's take a look at Friday's rain chance in the comparison to the computer models, because Friday morning, the American model still wants to bring in a few showers. The European says, nope, not at all. And then the afternoon, early afternoon, better agreement, but still, these are very isolated in nature. And then once that cold front passes through, a better chance of rain is certainly to the east of Connecticut, so out towards maybe the Cape and the islands, up towards Boston. But here, we will be missing out. Checking in on the tropics, still very quiet. It's certainly, we had a little, let's say a week or two of some busier activity. If you remember, we were tracking, that Category 5 hurricane, which luckily stayed away from everybody. Bermuda was spared, and everywhere along the eastern seaboard. So we certainly dodged a bullet there, I guess you could say, because that was a storm that really meant business when it rapidly intensified. Tropical storm into a Category 5 hurricane within nearly only 24 hours. Quite impressive. You don't see that often. So Hurricane Aaron really overachieved. But funny enough, every other storm we've had so far this year has only been a tropical storm. So we've had all tropical storms except for one, which was a Category 5 hurricane. Very hard to believe. But Tropical Storm Fernan still holding its own over much cooler waters of the North Atlantic. You can see the center is where that icon is. So all of the, I guess you could say, rough weather is out towards the east. So certainly dealing with some wind shear as it's moving towards the east at 12. No issues or threats to anybody before it ends up fizzling out over the much cooler waters of the North Atlantic. Your high temperatures today here locally, bringing it back to home, 70s for everybody. The exception could be some of our hill towns, Salisbury, Sharon, St. Falls Village, maybe being held back into the upper 60s. But the mildest air will be seen right along the immediate shoreline. You have that northwest breeze, really warms things up by the time it gets towards the I-95 corridor. And as mentioned, the slightest chance for an isolated shower. 99% of us stays dry. And then for tonight, this is more so what you'll see by morning. Our temperatures, though, they're going to fall pretty quickly. This is definitely unseasonably cool by nearly 10 to 15 degrees, like Salisbury, 44. That's some chilly air. So if you thought today was cool, well, wait till tomorrow morning. Even in Hartford, 49, up through Windsor Locks, 47. Chilly stuff out there. Your first alert 7-day forecast shows once we get towards tomorrow, we'll have a cool start, but temperatures climb at nearly 30 degrees plus to end up in those upper 70s. So nice, very nice. By Friday morning, notice the difference. So 47 Thursday morning, near 60 on Friday morning. And we'll be keeping an eye on the chance for showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. But once again, a very low chance. It's behind a cold front. We'll notice those temperatures, at least high temperatures, struggle to get out of the 70s Saturday. So, I mean, if you're heading to the UConn home opener, the weather is perfect for some football. Looks good. 73 degrees by Sunday, 77, a bit warmer. Labor Day weekend looks stellar after another Sunday morning, a cool start in the upper 40s. And then by Labor Day itself, making a run at 80. And by Tuesday, 81 degrees as well. There's a look at your shoreline high temperatures over the next 7, staying in those 70s for the rest of the week and into the weekend, making a run at 80, though, by next week. All right, let's look at your first alert forecasts. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here for another check of your first alert weather extra tonight at 9:30. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.